We're driving along the road to Mods off, and we're going from Whistler to Lillooet, and we're meandering next to a little creek that sometimes comes in and out of vision. But look at the autumn trees, and then these massive mountains and everything next to us. But coming over the rise, hoping to catch some of the creek.
8 degrees.
8 degrees. It is raining, but it's still beautiful. Okay, here we are at Sun Peaks, which is another ski resort set out like another little European town, and it's really, really cute. And it's about, I don't know, 5 degrees outside, and so Dave and I decided to have a hot tub.
Woohoo!
And this is outside, but it's like 40
very nice.
degrees, and I've got to get out, it's too hot. Look at those heaps of them out there. Oh, there's one just across the road.
We're just driving, where are we, Liz?
On the way down from Sun Peaks to Kamloops.
On the Santa's reindeers.
Cruising along the road. We are cruising on the road from Sun Peaks to Jasper, which is about 400 kilometres apart from one another, so it's a pretty long trip today. But with scenery like this, I'm sure that we can get used to it. And we're not even in the national park part yet. Still on the road to Jasper, and there's these little waterfalls all along the way. They're just gorgeous.
Well, here we are with all of our friends, about to have breakfast at 11 a.m. Where are we, Liz?
On top of the world.
Oh no, certainly it looks beautiful.
We're in Jasper, and we're at the top of the top station of the Whistler Mountain, and we're about to have breakfast, and this is the view. And apparently this is rare that there's lots of cloud cover, so you can't see the town, but all the mountains are fully exposed, and that doesn't happen very often, so they say we're very lucky. Although it would be nice to see down there and see all the lakes, but this is pretty sensational too. And it's very rare, only 10 times a year you get to see the top of the largest peak, which is Mount Robson, and we've got it on full display. Looks like a great big pimple.
Thanks, Liz. Well, we're nearly to the top, but we've got wrong shoes on. What are we doing, Liz?
Well, let's just say it's very slippery, and it's really quite steep, and rather than going down, rolling down like a massive snowball, we've learnt from Bear Grylls to cut into the ice to make little ledges and have secure steps as we go down.
Oh, Liesl, you know.
I've watched Bear Grylls.
You know. It's a bit slippery without the right shoes on. Whoop.
the roar from the force of all the water shooting over the falls. The water is glacial waters, and apparently it's freezing, icy cold, and every couple of years a couple of people die from going over the falls, but more so from the cold water and not hitting their head on the horrible rocks. But it's beautiful. Okay, now we are at Moline Lake, which is the largest of all the lakes in the national parks. And yeah, and we're standing on the floating pontoon that belongs to the traditional boathouse. And generally you can rent boats and canoes, but they're shut up ready for winter.
Well, after a hard day of, well, I guess sightseeing, it's time to have a little rest.
Okay, here we are at the Mieti Hot Springs. I think that's how you say it. So they run at about 37 to 40 degrees. I dared David to jump in the cold ponds, which is down there.
No
and they're
way.
in the hot, but he wouldn't
Too
do it,
cold.
a big wuss.
Too
But then
cold.
I'm not going to do it either. But it's really warm and it's just
Lovely.
lovely, and it's filled with minerals. I can feel my aches and pains soothing away already. Just the postman. Todd's got that thing in his mouth. Okay, it might look like I'm in a giant lemonade slushie, but I'm actually standing on the Athabasca Glacier, which is like 300 feet thick of ice because we're at the thickest part, and unfortunately you can't see any of the icy bits because it's been snowing, so there's all fresh snow.
And Lisa, what's it like to be on a bus of old people?
Very interesting. Pushy old American people. Okay folks, here's a great example of some blue ice, which is very densely compacted, and it's amazing because look, just look how thick it is. And this is just the top bit. Oh! I don't want to fall into that little icy riverbed creek thing because that's not hard, that's soft. Just like a slushie. We're here at Peyto Lake, and look at it, it's magnificent. It speaks for itself, the colours are incredible. How cute is it in here after the snow and with all these little pine trees? I feel like I'm in the North Pole and I'm ready for Christmas. Welcome to the famous Lake Louise, and it's everything that we would have imagined. It's big, it's beautiful, it's as still as it's just so still. And the glacier's up there at the other end. Magic. Oh, and I wish I was staying there. This is our last day in Banff, and it's now about 6 o'clock or about 6:05, and it has been raining all day. So we fortunately saw most of the lakes we wanted to get. You wouldn't believe it. We get to the top and we had 5 minutes before closing time, so we jump out and the sun comes out, and they said it's the best that it's been all day. And when we came up in this little gondola, how do you say it, Dave?
Gondola.
When we came up in the gondola, we couldn't see any of this, and now you can see everything. Too bad that it's 6:30 at night